Welcome to this live stream. I'm Malin. I'm your online mentor here to help you grow your YouTube channel and make money online. And last week's video was very well received about the common new YouTuber mistakes and how to avoid them. So I wanted to continue that list and give you more examples of mistakes that you might make or tend to make and suggest to you what you could do instead. And I know making mistakes is part of the journey, it's part of life, and you always learn from them. And I'm sure you will make mistakes. But let me help you take some shortcuts at least, or at least become aware of the mistakes that you will be making. Okay, so this video is about avoiding the mistakes of clickbait, neglecting your audience or not knowing your audience, getting into a niche that is too competitive, wanting too much before getting it or giving, and pretending you're somebody else or someone you're not, being unauthentic. So these are some of the mistakes that new YouTubers tend to make that will not grow your channel. And I've got suggestions what to do instead. Let's dive in. So let's start with clickbait, because I think that is a really interesting mistake, and it's very common. I don't know, has it ever happened to you that you saw a thumbnail and a title, you stopped scrolling and you clicked just to realize within a couple of seconds that, hey, this video is not at all about the promise that was made in the thumbnail and the title? Have you been through that? Put it in the comments below. I'd like to know. It happened to me many times. And a common example is really people using images of Mr. Beast or PewDiePie in their thumbnails and phrasing the title so that it sounds like it's actually a video from PewDiePie or Mr. Beast, or that they have had their sort of own private conversation with either of them. But when you click, you realize that that's not the case. So you've been fooled, you've been tricked to click. That's very common. Or clickbaits like overnight success on YouTube, like become a millionaire within a month and stuff like that. And it does stop your scroll, doesn't it? Because it might be something that you want and you're getting curious. But to be honest, you want people to click and stay, not click away, right? So here's what to do instead. Make sure that your thumbnail and title is compelling and eye-catching, but not a lie. Deliver on the promise that your thumbnail and title is making to the viewer. Only then will they click and stay. So you might be exaggerating a little bit, but you can't lie. You want to be eye-catching, but there are many ways to be that. And a couple of tips is to really do your research, but look at compelling thumbnails. What do they include? Usually an arrow of some kind, and they're never the same text on the thumbnail as the title. They're usually different. So those are examples. But do your research and also check out which thumbnails on your channel are working the best so far, and keep exploring that format. So maybe you're probably going to be a bit surprised, because at least I am. Some of the thumbnails I've made in the past have really high click-through rate, meaning people are clicking through to watch. But it's not necessarily a thumbnail that I like myself or finds pretty. So you might want to explore different options. Okay, so that's one big mistake, because what happens when someone clicks onto your video and it's not delivering on the promise? Well, they're going to leave, right? And not only that, they're not going to find confidence in you in the future either. They're going to see you or regard you as a liar, and you don't want that. No. All right. So smash a like if this live stream is giving you value so far. Okay, great. Let's see. Yeah, exactly. So the next one is neglecting your audience needs or not even knowing your audience. Problem is, you want to go viral, you want to have overnight success. You do realize it's not possible, but you still want it, right? So you're creating videos trying to target everybody. But sorry, it's well known that if you try to target everybody, you're actually targeting nobody. So you need to think about who is your target audience. That's what you're going to do instead. Instead of just trying to go broad and viral, instead narrow it down. Who is your ideal viewer? Who is your customer? What are their values? What are their problems? Because if you know that, your video will deliver solutions to those problems and your values will be aligned. So that's much better, a much better strategy to grow your channel. And what impact does this have? Well, you could potentially get a lot of subscribers by going broad, but they're not going to be interested in the rest of your content because you are causing too much confusion. And with this new strategy, instead, you're going to grow more slowly, which could be really frustrating. But then again, subscribers won't jump off or unsubscribe in any sort of extent, really. You're going to grow slowly, but people coming on are going to stay. So that's my tip to you. And when you create solutions for your audience, you're going to see the likes coming on, the comments coming in, the views increasing. And with that, the YouTube algorithm is also going to give more impressions of your video to a wider group or audience of like-minded people that have already liked and watched your video. So you're getting a good or better spread when the YouTube algorithm notices that your viewers actually like your videos and watch them for a long time. All right. Sorry, I do work with paper. Yes, that is true. And I have a paper calendar as well in my life. Regard me as fashion. If you want to, you're welcome to. So what mistakes have you made on your video or YouTube journey so far? Put it in the comments below. All right, another mistake is to get into a niche or make videos that are too competitive, that with lack of research, you're making videos that are too competitive and thus not getting ranked in YouTube search. So instead, you should really learn SEO, keyword research, to research your topics, titles, and thumbnails, and really see what's out there already. With the purpose of finding a missing piece of content that you can create. Make sense? And the keywords are not just the tags in your video. Keywords and tags could be put in the tag section of your video, but the keywords are also in your title and in your description and in your thumbnail, so that there is a bigger description or indication of what your video is about, delivering on the promise. So that's my tip to you. And it is because the YouTube algorithm is trying to predict what videos the viewer wants to watch or enjoys watching. So with you being clear about that, you do your research, you create your video about the keywords that you found, then the algorithm will know whom to put this video in front of. And another thing that's really good is that you then don't make too competitive videos, because then you're running the risk of just disappearing in the big sea of videos. Because if you do keyword research with, for example, TUBEBUDDY or VIDIQ, those tools are going to indicate to you the competitiveness of a certain topic or keyword. And that's real good information. So if you want to grab TUBEBUDDY or VIDIQ, I've got them linked down below. They're equally good. I use them both a little bit differently, but I use them both and I like them a lot. So if you want to grab them for free, you can do that down below as well. Next mistake that new YouTubers tend to make is wanting. You want to go viral. You want subscribers. You want views. You want likes, right? You're me focused. It's your needs that are priority one. See, that's a mistake. People are going to tire of you. They're not going to find you interesting. They're not going to think that they're getting any value from your videos. So you have to turn this around and you have to focus outward on your viewer instead. So that means that giving value is your number one priority, should be at least, to give the viewer value before you can get. So first you give value and then you get the views and the likes and the subscribers. And what is value? Well, again, it's connecting back to the fact that you know your audience and that you have done your research. So you know what missing piece of content your viewer wants and needs in order to solve their problems. So also with this, think clearly or thoroughly about what do you want to be known for? And what's, in the long run, going to be the value of your channel and your business and the legacy that you're going to bring to the world. What's that? That's what you should be focusing on delivering to your audience. Okay, last but not least is pretending you're someone else, putting on an act or copying someone, trying to do exactly the same thing as someone else has done because they're successful. It's going to wear you out and you're going to tire and your audience is going to tire and you're not creating trust. So yes, you can take other YouTubers' topics, but make them your own. Don't try to be someone you're not. It's not going to be successful. Instead, you want to create trust. And you want to be likable so that your audience will trust you, like and trust and value you, and come back to your videos. So how do you do that? Well, you have to find your voice. You have to find your way of creating your style. And once you do that, you become much more trustworthy and also more relaxed in front of the camera. Has a lot to do with it. All right, and there are great teachers out there to learn from, like Daniel Batal. He has his very own personal style. You could never copy that. That's him. But you could find your own style. We've got Roberto Blake. You have Sunny Lenarduzzi. You have Nate at Channel Makers. These are all great content creators. They have their very specific personality and style. And either you like it or you don't. But that's the thing. They're not trying to reach everybody. They're trying to reach a defined target audience just the way you should. All right. And trust the fact that people will like you. Not everybody will, but people will. And the ones that like you, they are the ones that will subscribe and keep watching. Okay? So with that said, what questions do you have? And is this giving value at all? Please smash the like button. Put a comment down below. Which of these mistakes have you made? Or which of these solutions did you find most promising and will you implement right away? All right. Thanks a lot for watching. All the best. Good luck. And I'll see you in the next one.